We're joined by Mr. Jonah Blank, who is a former foreign policy advisor to President Joe Biden and is joining us live in this broadcast. Mr. Blank, this is a pretty important moment as Joe Biden is about to leave office. He is giving out these presidential pardons. But in your opinion, do you think Joe Biden could extend a kind of a preemptive pardon for people like Hillary Clinton, who expect that when Donald Trump takes charge at the White House, the Justice Department could be used against them?
Well, he certainly might. He definitely has the power. The only question is whether this is really the best use of pardon power. Let's remember, these are people who have not been accused of any actual crime. Let's set aside people like Hillary Clinton, who are public figures and have many millions of dollars to fight any charge like that. That's sort of a separate case. The 60 people on Kash Patel's list are primarily people that nobody would ever have heard of. I've seen the reported list, and even I, having worked in Washington for decades, didn't know most of these people. These are mid-level, low-level officials who could be bankrupted by baseless charges. A lot of the people are also public figures like Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, where you really would have to struggle to think, what on earth is he even being accused of? And then there are elected officials. Trump has gone on national TV and said that he wants the members of Congress who sat on the January 6th committee thrown in jail. He didn't say on what charges. He didn't accuse them of any actual crimes. He just wants them thrown in jail.
Right.
So that's the context we're talking about.
Now, it's interesting that you point out to the context. Now, this book by Kash Patel is interestingly named Government Gangsters. Now, consider this. If Joe Biden were to extend a preemptive presidential pardon, would that not be tantamount to admitting guilt? And this may play right into the hands of Donald Trump.
Well, that, Mohammed, is one of the real questions, and that's really why, in my view, President Biden is taking his time about deciding this. It's a very difficult question because these are people who have not been accused of anything. They've just been accused of being enemies of Donald Trump. So to give them a pardon would be seen by a lot of people as some sort of an admission that there's something fishy going on here. Several people on the list have preemptively said they do not want a pardon for exactly that reason. And in my view, that's why some people like Hillary Clinton and other famous people who, quite frankly, are wealthy enough to fight this on their own, maybe should be put in a separate category. I think the place where it's really the most important comes up for people who are not household names, who are not millionaires, and who could be bankrupted just by having to fight against charges that are clearly bogus.
Right. We'll have to leave there. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Jonah Blank, for joining us and getting us those details there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.